First, June Squibb, 95. June Squibb, born in 1929, enjoyed a steady stage career before achieving widespread recognition for her Academy Award-nominated role in Alexander Payne's Nebraska.
After a more than 60-year career, the 84-year-old actress has been discovered. Her scene-stealing role in the movie Nebraska has her up for Best Supporting Actress at the Golden Globes tonight.
Although she had minor film and TV appearances through the 1990s, she became a breakout star in her 80s, winning hearts with her frank comedic timing. Squibb's no-nonsense delivery and innate charm quickly landed her roles in About Schmidt and popular sitcoms. Her journey highlights that sometimes stardom comes later in life. Second, Mara Corday, 95. Born Marilyn Watts in 1930, Mara Corday was a model-turned-actress who often graced pin-up spreads and cult classic B-movies of the 1950s. She flashed across screens in Tarantula and The Black Scorpion, building a reputation as a poised yet sizzling lead in sci-fi horror fare. Corday also posed for Playboy and shared a close friendship with Clint Eastwood.
Mara Corday is an American showgirl, model, actress, Playboy playmate, and 1950s cult figure,
who later gave her cameo roles when he directed. Her marriage to actor and stuntman Richard Long lasted until his untimely passing in 1974. 3. Robert Wagner, 95. Robert Wagner, born 1930 in Detroit, shot to stardom via 1950s Fox features before transitioning into a treasured TV presence. Known for the spy comedy It Takes a Thief and the enduring Heart to Heart, he radiated sophistication opposite Stephanie Powers. In film, Wagner played varied roles from the Pink Panther to Austin Powers, staying relevant across genres. His personal life, especially his marriages to Natalie Wood, captured media fascination, overshadowing certain chapters of his career. 4. Tippi Hedren, 95. Born Natalie K. Hedren in 1930, Tippi Hedren was a successful fashion model before Alfred Hitchcock cast her in The Birds in 1963. Her chilling performance earned instant acclaim and a Golden Globe. She followed with Marnie, further showcasing her dramatic range. Conflict with Hitchcock overshadowed those early triumphs.
Tippi Hedren is finally opening up about the abuse she says she suffered at the hands of Alfred Hitchcock, the legendary director who made her a star and then ruined her career because she refused to sleep with him.
But Hedren pivoted by founding the Shambhala Preserve for big cats and dedicating herself to animal welfare. She continued acting in smaller roles, guided by her passion for activism. 5. Buzz Aldrin, 95. Edwin Buzz Aldrin, born in 1930, joined Neil Armstrong as one of the first two humans to walk on the lunar surface during Apollo 11 in 1969. A decorated fighter pilot in the Korean War, Aldrin later earned a doctorate from MIT, focusing on space rendezvous techniques. Famously photographed saluting the flag on the moon, he returned to champion further space exploration, famously coining, "Get your ass to Mars." 6. Gene Hackman, 95. Gene Hackman, born in 1930, soared from bit parts to 2 Academy Award wins, forging a unique path as a forceful yet understated leading man. His ferocious turn in The French Connection won him an Oscar, and Unforgiven earned him another. Known for intensity and authenticity, he championed flawed, deeply human characters, from moral complexities in Crimson Tide to comedic flair in The Royal Tenenbaums. Retiring from acting in the mid-2000s, Hackman dedicated himself to writing historical fiction. Siedmiu Fernanda Montenegro, 95. Born in Rio de Janeiro in 1929, Fernanda Montenegro emerged as Brazil's most acclaimed actress, receiving international recognition for her Oscar-nominated role in Central Station, 1998.
It's my pleasure tonight to be the one who gets to announce the nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture Drama. And they are Fernanda Montenegro, Central Station.
Lauded as the First Lady of Brazilian theater, she's performed on stage for over 7 decades, bringing gravitas to everything from Shakespeare to modern drama. Her distinguished film and TV career includes They Don't Wear Black Tie and numerous telenovelas. 8. Jerry Hardin, 95. Jerry Hardin, born in 1929, built a steady career in supporting roles, recognized chiefly as Deep Throat in The X-Files, fueling the show's conspiracy arc. Initially from Texas, Hardin studied drama in London before signing on with major Hollywood studios, taking guest spots in series like Star Trek: The Next Generation and Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. Married to Diane Hardin, he raised children who followed creative paths, including actress Melora Hardin. Nilati Berry Gordy, Killingsvenot. Berry Gordy, born in 1929, transformed Detroit's music scene by founding Motown Records in 1959. Under his guidance, icons like Diana Ross, Stevie Wonder, and Marvin Gaye.
Diana Ross was unique, absolutely unique. She worked harder than everybody else because she really wanted it. And I fell in love with her ambition, and I wanted to make her the biggest star in the world.
Captured a sound that united American audiences across race lines. Gordy's knack for nurturing talent and orchestrating polished showmanship produced a legendary roster. His label's distinctive Motown sound ruled the charts through the 1960s and beyond. Selling Motown in the late 1980s, Gordy branched into film and Broadway, celebrating the label's cultural imprint. 10th, Rebecca Schull, 95. Rebecca Schull, born in 1929, discovered her passion for performance later in life after studying acting in Dublin. She became a fan favorite as Faye Cochran on the sitcom Wings, exuding wit and maternal warmth. Beyond comedic roles, Schull tackled drama in shows like Law and Order and Suits. A frequent off-Broadway performer, she gained a reputation for nuanced portrayals of wise, caring confidants. Her screen credits grew steadily over the years, always marked by a graceful subtlety. 11. James Hong, 95. James Hong, born in 1929, boasts nearly 700 acting credits, shaping him into one of Hollywood's busiest performers. Initially an engineer, he pursued acting on the side, landing roles in everything from classic series like Dragnet to blockbuster films such as Blade Runner and Kung Fu Panda, where he voiced Mr. Ping. He famously played David Lo Pan in Big Trouble in Little China.
Playing David Lo Pan in Big Trouble in Little China was a high point in my life.
Delivering a dynamic villainous turn. A founding member of East-West Players, Hong championed Asian American representation on the stage and screen. 12th, Mark Rydell, 95. Mark Rydell, born in 1929, shifted from acting to directing with a focus on nuanced character studies. Early on, he acted on soap operas and TV series, then found greater success directing The Fox and The Rivers. His hallmark film, On Golden Pond, earned widespread praise and multiple Oscars, spotlighting family tensions with delicate craftsmanship. Rydell also directed The Rose with Bette Midler, showcasing his aptitude for heartfelt narratives. Whether coaching icons like Henry Fonda or exploring intimate stories, Rydell's consistent sensitivity to performance remains his signature. 13. John Woodvine, 95. John Woodvine, born in 1929 near Newcastle, honed his craft through British repertory theatre and eventually joined the Royal Shakespeare Company. On stage, he excelled in authoritative roles, from King Lear to Falstaff.
I went to a bedtime, Hal, and all well.
Why, thou owest God a debt.
'Tis not due yet. I would be loath to pay him before his day.
Woodvine found international recognition in film and TV, notably appearing in An American Werewolf in London and dramas like Z Cars. His stentorian voice paired well with stern or paternal figures, which he portrayed across decades of BBC productions. 14. Imelda Marcos, 95. Imelda Marcos, born Imelda Remedios, Visitación Romualdez in 1929, served as First Lady of the Philippines under Ferdinand Marcos's presidency, 1965 to 1986. Notorious for her extravagant lifestyle, epitomized by thousands of shoes, she influenced government while her husband ruled under martial law. After the People Power Revolution toppled Marcos, Imelda faced legal and social scrutiny. Yet she re-entered politics, winning congressional seats and remaining active, her family eventually returning to power through alliances and her son's presidency. 15. Anne Robinson, 95. Anne Robinson, born in 1929, gained cult acclaim for playing Sylvia Van Buren in the original The War of the Worlds, 1953. Her wide-eyed terror in that film became an iconic publicity still used repeatedly through decades of movie marketing. After modest success in other mid-century films and TV spots, Robinson stepped away from the spotlight to raise a family. Later, she rejoined the War of the Worlds legacy with cameo appearances in updated adaptations. 16. Bob Cousy, 96. Bob Cousy, born in 1928, revolutionized basketball as the Boston Celtics point guard.
Bob Cousy, All-American from Holy Cross, 6 feet 1, weighing 175 pounds. Although small by pro standards, Bob is one of the all-time basketball greats.
Orchestrating a relentless, fast break that delivered 6 NBA championships. Nicknamed the Houdini of the hardwood, he dazzled with behind-the-back passes and creative ball handling rarely seen before. After retiring, Cousy coached at Boston College, elevating the program to newfound success. Elected to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, he stayed close to the game as a broadcaster and goodwill ambassador. 17th, Paul Dooley, 96. Born in 1928, Paul Dooley blossomed in the world of stand-up and cartooning before turning to acting. He became a comedic fixture in notable films such as Breaking Away and Popeye, as well as a father figure in John Hughes classics like 16 Candles. Married to writer Winnie Holzman, Dooley's knack for bringing warmth to comedic roles earned him a beloved status. A frequent sitcom guest star and voice actor, he balanced lighthearted energy with heartfelt charm. 18. Jim Lovell, 96. Captain Jim Lovell, born in 1928, became a global figure after commanding the near-disastrous Apollo 13 mission, famously radioing, "Houston, we've had a problem." Earlier, he served as command module pilot for Apollo 8, joining Frank Borman and Bill Anders as the first humans to orbit the moon.
December 21st, 1968. The men aboard Apollo 8 are no joke, about to go where no man's gone before. The crew, rookie Bill Anders, along with space veterans Frank Borman and Jim Lovell, knew their mission was risky business.
Lovell's calm leadership under crisis turned Apollo 13's potential tragedy into a heroic safe return. Post-NASA, Lovell tackled executive roles and co-wrote the book Lost Moon, adapted into the film Apollo 13. 19th, James Ivory, 96. Born in 1928, James Ivory made an indelible mark in cinema by adapting classic works of English literature. Teaming with producer Ismail Merchant and screenwriter Ruth Prower Javala, Ivory helped form Merchant Ivory Productions, yielding such refined hits as A Room with a View and Howard's End. Their films' meticulous detail, lush cinematography, and nuanced performances redefined period drama. Ivory later won an Oscar for the screenplay Call Me by Your Name. 20th, Johnny Gilbert, 96. Johnny Gilbert, born in 1928, has been the steady voice welcoming viewers to Jeopardy since the beloved quiz show's syndicated launch in 1984. A veteran announcer, he started in game shows like Love Connection and The Joker's Wild, before finding his forever home alongside Alex Trebek. Gilbert's warm intonation, "This is Jeopardy!" became a daily fixture for millions. Maintaining a polished, friendly demeanor, he consistently sets the tone for one of television's most enduring quiz formats. 21st, Nancy Olson, 96. Nancy Olson soared to fame playing screenwriter Joe Gillis's bright-eyed confidant in Billy Wilder's Sunset Boulevard, 1950, earning an Oscar nod. Born in 1928, she appeared alongside William Holden in multiple films, including Force of Arms and Submarine Command. Olson later starred in Disney comedies like Pollyanna and The Absent-Minded Professor, showing her comedic skill.
I feel sorry for people who don't know when they're beaten. Don't you, Professor?
Shelby, please don't start anything.
Why doesn't he go down and sit in the Rutland section where he belongs?
Though her early years suggested a larger body of dramatic work, her focus shifted to family after marrying lyricist Alan J. Lerner and later record executive Alan Livingston. 22nd, Marion Ross, 96. Marion Ross, born in 1928, achieved global fame as Marion Cunningham on Happy Days, earning 2 Emmy nominations across that series' decade-long run. With an earlier contract at Paramount, Ross had minor roles in classic 1950s films, but found her niche on television. She showcased her comedic chops in projects like The Love Boat and Brooklyn Bridge, the latter bringing further Emmy recognition. Off-screen, she penned a candid memoir discussing her winding road to stardom. 23rd, Kathleen Hughes, 96. In the 1950s, Kathleen Hughes dazzled audiences with her porcelain looks and edgy roles. Born in 1928, she found her breakthrough under contract at Universal, notably featuring in the cult sci-fi It Came from Outer Space and noirish The Glass Web.
The Glass Web was one of those movies which took advantage of the public's fascination with the new medium. It revolves around the producer and host of a live television show which is called Crime of the Week.
With enticing publicity photos capturing her as a quintessential scream queen, Hughes built a following among B-movie enthusiasts. She also tackled comedic bits and cameo roles, continuing to appear on-screen sporadically into later life. 24th, Noam Chomsky, 96. Noam Chomsky, born in 1928, revolutionized linguistics with his theory of generative grammar, proposing that all human languages share an underlying structure. Having penned seminal works like Syntactic Structures, he reshaped the study of language. A lifelong activist, Chomsky famously criticized U.S. foreign policy and economic power structures. His books, such as Manufacturing Consent, inspired generations to question media influence. Even post-retirement from MIT, he lectures widely, fueling debate on politics and social reform. 25th, Alan Miller, 96. Alan Miller, born in 1929, stands as a multi-talented pillar of theater and film. After training at the Actors Studio, he honed his craft on stage, eventually directing off-Broadway. His Hollywood credits include character roles in Star Trek III, Cruising, and The Champ, along with countless television episodes. Miller also embraced teaching, guiding aspiring talents in the intricacies of acting at various studios. An accomplished playwright, he penned the stage adaptation, The Fox, 26, Jerry Adler, 96. Born in 1929, Jerry Adler emerged from a theatrical family, forging a unique path as both stage manager and actor.
I'm very, very happy. He's really sweet.
No conflict in careers or?
No, it's very easy because he travels a lot, and so I can work wherever he's working.
He oversaw Broadway productions, then grew recognizable through film and TV roles, including The Sopranos as Herman Hesh Rabkin and Rescue Me. Adler's comedic timing and grandfatherly warmth also found a home in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. His behind-the-scenes experience informs his on-screen craft, balancing authority with a twinkle of mischief. 27. Terry Moore, 96. Terry Moore, born Helen Luella Coford in 1929, broke into film young, eventually securing a contract at Columbia. She received an Oscar nomination for her role opposite Robert Wagner in Come Back, Little Sheba. Later in life, Moore made headlines claiming to have been secretly married to billionaire Howard Hughes, a story she recounted in memoirs. Despite the tabloid swirl, she sustained a career in television and smaller film projects. Adored for her sincerity on screen, Moore's filmography spans from Mighty Joe Young, 1949, to modern cameos, bridging the classic and contemporary eras of Hollywood. 28th, Marilyn H.M. Wynant, 97. H.M. Wynant, often credited as Marilyn Wynant in his early career,
You might convince this jackass that you love him, but you'll never convince me.
I do love him.
Have you got the nerve to stand there and expect me to believe that you don't want to marry my son for his money?
It's true.
was born in 1927. He jumped onto Broadway in musicals like High Button Shoes, under the watchful eye of choreographer Jerome Robbins. Shifting to Hollywood, Wynant snagged roles in westerns, war epics, and crime dramas through the 1950s and 60s. Alongside his film work, he made numerous TV appearances, including Perry Mason in Get Smart. 29th Dame Cleo Laine, 97. Born Clementine Dinah Bullock in 1927, Cleo Laine rose from a modest English upbringing to global acclaim as a jazz singer. Laine developed a vocal range famed for its clarion top notes and warm lower register. She joined the band of musician John Dankworth, later marrying him and forging a creative partnership. Equally adept at classical concerts, West End musicals, and Grammy-winning jazz albums, she crossed genre boundaries effortlessly. Dubbed the Queen of Jazz, Laine received a damehood for her services to music. Tretio, Estelle Parsons, Nidiosju. Born in 1927, Estelle Parsons launched her career in Broadway musicals before segueing into directing and comedic acting. Her Oscar-winning turn as Blanche Barrow in Bonnie and Clyde boosted her screen profile, leading to roles in Rachel in TV's Roseanne, where she portrayed Beverly, Roseanne and Jackie's eccentric mother. A fixture in theater, Parsons served as artistic director of the Actors Studio and won acclaim for her dynamic presence. 31st William Daniels, 97. William Daniels, born in 1927, earned stardom as Dr. Mark Craig on St. Elsewhere, winning 2 Emmys for the role's steely precision.
There was St. Elsewhere, a medical show that reinvented the genre, dealing with controversial and surprising topics and showing doctors as flawed and all too real.
He's also beloved as Mr. Feeney on Boy Meets World, becoming an unforgettable mentor figure to a generation of viewers. A longtime stage actor, Daniels originated roles in Life with Father in 1776, where he memorably portrayed John Adams. Additionally, he voiced Kit in Knight Rider, endearing him to fans of 1980s pop culture. 32nd Doc Severinsen, 97. Born in 1927, Carl Hilding, Doc Severinsen is famed for his trumpet prowess and flashy wardrobe as bandleader on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. He joined the show in 1967, eventually becoming its musical director. Known for his impeccable technique and flamboyant style, Severinsen's collaborations range from orchestral concerts to jazz sessions. Even after Carson's retirement, Doc continued performing globally with big bands and symphony orchestras. His spirited personality and vibrant outfits became an enduring image of late-night television. 33rd, Rosemary Harris, 97. Rosemary Harris, born in 1927, became a British theater luminary, earning a Tony for playing Eleanor of Aquitaine in The Lion in Winter. She graced the silver screen in Tom and Viv, garnering an Oscar nomination, and brought Shakespeare to life in numerous stage roles. In more recent years, a new generation recognized her as Aunt May.
My own name is Rosemary Harris, and I have the great privilege of playing Aunt May. She's on her own now. She's struggling, I think, to manage without Ben, but she had to sell her house.
In Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. 34th Marilyn Knowlden, 98. Marilyn Knowlden was born in 1926 and swiftly immersed herself in Hollywood, debuting at age 4 in an early talkie. She gained attention playing the daughter of luminaries like Claudette Colbert and Katharine Hepburn. Her credits span great classics, Les Miserables, 1935, where she appeared as young Cosette, and David Copperfield. After her early success, Knowlden stepped away from film to focus on family and education. 35th, David Frankham, 98. Born in 1926, David Frankham served with the British Army before beginning a broadcasting career for the BBC. A chance meeting with Elizabeth Taylor jump-started his Hollywood path, leading to roles in Master of the World and the Disney classic 101 Dalmatians as the voice of Sergeant Tibbs. He also appeared in Return of the Fly, Tales of Terror, and guested on iconic shows like Star Trek. Never typecast, he moved from melodramas to sci-fi seamlessly. 36. Jean Shalit, 98. Jean Shalit, born in 1926, remains one of America's most recognizable film critics, owing to his trademark bushy hair and jovial mustache. For 4 decades, he brightened NBC's Today Show,
Gene Shalit retired from his position at The Today Show, having occupied his Critics' Corner for 41 years. The show devoted most of its time to his celebrity interviews and remembering his role on The Today Show,
offering pun-filled critiques that balanced humor with insight. Shalit's unique style earned him both fans and parodies in popular culture. Beyond television, he wrote books for children and collaborated on various entertainment projects. Although he left Today in 2010, Shalit's playful approach and unwavering enthusiasm for cinema created an enduring brand. 37th, Alan Greenspan, 98. Born in 1926, Alan Greenspan steered U.S. monetary policy for nearly 2 decades as chairman of the Federal Reserve, 1987 to 2006. Nicknamed the Maestro, he helped guide the nation through economic highs and lows, including the 1987 stock market crash and the dot-com boom. A proponent of free market principles, Greenspan's influence was pivotal in shaping global finance. Critics argue his policies facilitated unchecked market exuberance, culminating in the 2008 crisis. Regardless, he stands as one of the most prominent economic minds. 38th, Sir David Attenborough, 98. Born in 1926, Sir David Attenborough evolved into the world's most respected natural history broadcaster. Starting at the BBC, he shaped documentary storytelling through landmark series like Life on Earth and Planet Earth.
The living world is a unique and spectacular marvel. Yet the way we humans live on Earth is sending it into a decline. Human beings have overrun the world.
As controller of BBC Two, he introduced color TV to Britain and championed educational programming. Knighted in 1985, Attenborough became the quintessential guide to nature's wonders, weaving personal passion into every broadcast. Decades later, his voice remains a clarion call for conservation and environmental stewardship. 39th, Mel Brooks, 98. Mel Brooks, born in 1926 as Melvin Kaminsky, turned wit into an art form. Launching his comedic path in Borscht Belt venues, Brooks became a writer for Sid Caesar before co-creating Get Smart. He achieved legendary status with subversive film parodies, from Blazing Saddles to Young Frankenstein, satirizing everything from Hollywood westerns to classic horror. Brooks is among the elite with an EGOT, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony to his name. Fearless in lampooning even taboo subjects, his brand of comedy endures as a boundary-pushing testament to laughter's unifying power. 40. Lee Grant, 99. Lee Grant, born in 1925, demonstrated remarkable perseverance after an early triumph, earning an Oscar nod for her debut in Detective Story. Blacklisted during the McCarthy era, she fought her way back, ultimately winning both an Academy Award for Shampoo and an Emmy for Peyton Place.
Those nominated for the Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role are Lee Grant in Shampoo.
Transitioning into direction, she helmed documentaries like Down and Out in America, which won another Oscar. Her courage in tackling social issues, both on-screen and off, solidified her status as a Hollywood rebel with a cause. 41st, Dick Van Dyke, 99. Beloved and seemingly unstoppable, Dick Van Dyke was born in 1925 and launched into stardom with the stage and film adaptation of Bye Bye Birdie. Best known for The Dick Van Dyke Show, in his toe-tapping turn as Bert in Disney's Mary Poppins, he became a symbol of wholesome comedic genius. With a career spanning more than 7 decades, Van Dyke keeps going strong, surprising modern audiences with cameos like his dancing moment in Mary Poppins Returns. 42nd, Brigitte Auber, 99. French actress Brigitte Auber, born Marie-Claire Cahenne de Labzac in 1925, captured the limelight in Alfred Hitchcock's To Catch a Thief. Playing Danielle Foussard, she vied with Grace Kelly for Cary Grant's attention. Auber's film debut came in post-war France, where she frequently portrayed bright, independent women. Though she never fully embraced American celebrity culture, her poised screen presence remains iconic in French cinema's mid-century wave. Memorable supporting roles continued back home, but To Catch a Thief stays her hallmark.
Give them back to me.
What did you have in mind, Francine?
Give them back to me, Mother's jewels.
I don't have them.
43rd, June Lockhart, 99. Born in 1925 to actor parents Jean and Kathleen Lockhart, June Lockhart became a staple of classic American television. She soared to fame as the mother in Lassie, guiding Timmy through heartwarming rescues, then journeyed beyond Earth as Maureen Robinson on Lost in Space. Her charm and steady warmth made her the quintessential supportive TV matriarch. Beyond these iconic roles, Lockhart has appeared in countless guest spots, from Perry Mason to Grey's Anatomy. 44. Maria Riva, 100. Maria Riva, born in 1924 Berlin, is the daughter of iconic actress Marlene Dietrich. She cultivated her own acting path, with credits that span film, television, and writing. Growing up in Hollywood's glow, Riva appeared in Scarlet Angel and The Scarlet Empress as an uncredited youngster. Beyond acting, she authored a candid biography of her mother, shedding light on Dietrich's private world.
She was the world's most glamorous and intriguing woman. Tonight, the mystery of Marlene Dietrich, revealed for the first time, her personal home movies, and an array of famous lovers.
45th, Priscilla Pointer, 100. At 100, Priscilla Pointer stands as a testament to steady, skillful acting. Born in 1924, she studied drama, then ventured onto Broadway before turning to film and TV. She often played mothers, including on-screen to real-life daughter Amy Irving in Carrie and Honeysuckle Rose. Known for projecting authority in roles such as doctors, judges, and educators, Pointer's recurring television work spanned Dallas and other hits. 46. Eva Marie Saint, 100. Born on the 4th of July, 1924, Eva Marie Saint remains one of film's great leading ladies. She won an Oscar for her breathtaking film debut opposite Marlon Brando in On the Waterfront. Soon after, Alfred Hitchcock entrusted her with a sultry turn in North by Northwest, cementing her mainstream appeal. She later starred alongside Paul Newman in Exodus and charmed audiences through decades of carefully chosen roles. Outside film, Saint engaged in TV and theater, including voice work. With an illustrious career spanning over 70 years, she radiates grace as a living pillar of Hollywood's golden standard.
Oscar night was a little different back in 1955.
In New York, the winner is Eva Marie Saint.
When a pregnant Eva Marie Saint won Best Supporting Actress for On the Waterfront.
47. Jacqueline White, 102. Born in 1922, Jacqueline White found early promise under contract to MGM and RKO. She scored key roles in film noir classics like Crossfire and The Narrow Margin. After starting as a second lead in several features, White retired from Hollywood in 1950 to focus on family life. Years later, she was brought back for reshoots on The Narrow Margin when the studio tinkered with ending scenes. 48th. Ray Anthony, 103. At 103, Ray Anthony epitomizes the golden era of post-Waitortomer big bands.
Ray Anthony was born to play the trumpet. He was to become one of big band music's most ardent ambassadors, with an impressive career lasting over 60 years.
Born Raymond Antonini in Pennsylvania, he later moved to Cleveland, honing his trumpet skills under his father. After a stint in the U.S. Navy, he emerged as a successful bandleader, famously recording hit themes for Peter Gunn and Dragnet. He filled in on major TV networks during summer slots, and even ran his own label, Wood Records,